I mean, we shouldn't be, it's inhumane to be sending people out on the street that don't belong out there.
Now at 6, major admission changes are coming to Oregon Psychiatric Hospital. Why they're letting some defendants facing less severe charges be released after just 6 months.
And Portland State University moves forward with a major downtown art project that includes a proposed Broadway-style venue. We have the details coming up.
And the Tri-County area has new wildfire evacuation maps. What you need to know before we get into wildfire season coming up is your News at Sunrise starts right now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Wednesday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. I actually thought it was Tuesday.
No, baby, it's
We're
Wednesday.
We're halfway there.
Woo!
All right, good deal. Ron and Chris are standing by. Hope you enjoyed the warm weather yesterday because it's gone for the time being.
It's gone, yeah.
Yep.
What was I doing yesterday?
Not cutting your grass.
No, I was
watching the thermometer.
It was actually over at my mom and dad's, but I didn't think it was that bad yesterday when I was out and about. We hit 88. Seemed like, I didn't check the actual numbers, but at least up in Clark County where I was, it seemed like the humidity level was quite low. It was 89 in Vancouver and 89 in Toronto. I didn't see any of the main reporting sites hit 90 degrees. Here's a look at where we are this morning. And so far, the only spot that's being reported as any measurable rainfall at all is down in Lincoln County around Newport and perhaps northward up into Lincoln City. Otherwise, what you're looking at on a radar is either nothing reaching the ground or just some sprinkles. So most of us are getting going with cloudy skies, but dry conditions. Temperatures, we look at our state capital this morning, setting at 58 degrees. It's a nice warm start because the clouds came in soon enough last night that we didn't really cool down much. Temperature out at PDX, in fact, is 62. So here's the bus stop. Basically, we're looking for traces of rain or a spritzy shower today, and maybe not even that. A lot of cloud cover. Temperatures won't do much. 60 out the door, 66 at noon. Only about 69 when the kids get out of school around 3 o'clock. Here's Chris.
Rod, thank you for that. We'll get you out the door with a quick look at the roads. The trip through Tualatin wide open on I-5. We're looking pretty good over at the Sylvan Hill as well. This is Highway 26. Road work continues, of course, over near the Moda Center, right? So the ramp to the convention center off of 84 westbound is still closed for at least another 6 or 8 days or so, and traffic is starting to bunch up a little bit there. Anyone trying to get off near Moda Center or the convention center, of course, heads north up to the Weidler exit. So it's just a simple workaround, but there's some local slowing there. Outside of that, no major freeway trouble, guys. We are rolling along at a speed limit clip early on this Wednesday morning.
Chris, thank you. When Salem, a pedestrian was hit and killed by a car, and deputies say that victim was a minor. This happened on Lancaster Drive Southeast near State Street in the Four Corners area yesterday. The Marion County Sheriff's Office isn't saying what led up to the crash or identifying the victim, though a witness described the victim as a child and says they were trying to cross the street when they were hit.
In Washington County, too, the sheriff's office is worried that a sex abuse suspect may have more victims. 53-year-old Jacob Mandas Sr. right there is accused of sexually assaulting a child in Cornelius over the past 10 years. Detectives say that they have reason to believe that there may be more victims that haven't come forward. In addition to Cornelius, Mandas has also lived in Hillsborough, Astoria, and Vernonia.
A federal judge is adding new limits on admissions to Oregon Psychiatric Hospital. The ruling will limit the option to the most serious felony cases like assault, murder, and rape, meaning defendants facing less severe charges now have fewer options and they could be released before getting treatment. That's because the order also restricts extensions of a patient's stay at the state hospital, meaning violent offenders could be released after 6 months. The state hospital sits in Marion County, and leaders there are critical of the judge's ruling.
That causes a public safety problem. And it also is a challenge for those people. I mean, we shouldn't be, it's inhumane to be sending people out on the street that don't belong out there.
The goal is to get Oregon back in compliance with a federal order requiring mentally ill defendants to move from a jail to the state hospital within 7 days. That has been a decades-long problem in the state, with Oregon racking up more than $3.7 million in fines due to non-compliance.
Well, new this morning, Portland State University is moving forward with a major downtown development project that could help reshape the city's performing arts future.
The school has announced a partnership to build a new hotel and conference center, all part of a larger plan that also includes a proposed new Broadway-style theater. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson is live this morning with what this could mean for downtown Portland. Corey.
Good morning, Matthew. China. This project has a price tag of more than $70 million, and PSU leaders say it's about more than just buildings. They say it's about bringing more energy, events, and people back to downtown Portland. Now, Portland State University says it will partner with Colas Development Group to build a 150-room hotel and conference center downtown. Now, the project is part of a much larger performing arts and culture center development, one that also includes a proposed city-owned 3,000-seat Broadway-style theater venue. PSU first announced the idea back in 2023 as part of discussions about replacing the aging Keller Auditorium. And the city has started reevaluating the future of the Keller after learning the 109-year-old building would need major seismic upgrades to better withstand a large earthquake. Now, last year, city council members moved forward with a two-venue strategy to help avoid losing revenue during any possible Keller renovations. One study released earlier this year finding the PSU planned Performing Arts Center could have a greater economic impact than a renovated Keller Auditorium, while also suggesting the region may not have enough audience demand in order to support a Broadway caliber venue at this time. Now, keep in mind, city leaders say that those decisions have not been finalized yet. They're still deciding what Portland's long-term future looks like when it comes to performing arts in the downtown area, and more recommendations are expected to come forward in the coming weeks. Back to you.
Corey Johnson reporting live this morning. Thank you, Corey. Well, there are new fire evacuation maps for the Tri-County area, allowing people to check their addresses for the safest evacuation route. This comes after some hard lessons from 2020 when there were 6-hour traffic backups when people were trying to leave Malala. Disaster managers and firefighters say having these new specific evacuation zone maps means faster communication among dispatchers, police, and fire crews. Plus, residents can learn what roads are best for an evacuation.
What we see a lot in these wildfire events is, our cell phones are overloaded. The cell phone towers aren't getting the data to the phones. So being able to know your bearings and be able to get out is pretty key.
Emergency crews also want to remind people of the Ready, Set, Go alert system. Level 1 is be ready and have a plan if a fire moves closer. Level 2 is to be set with bags packed, and Level 3 means go now. Well, for the first time this season, the Portland Fire played a Western Conference team when they took on the Golden State Valkyries last night. The Fire coming off a big win on Saturday, but Valkyries had the long-range shot working for them. In the first half, the Fire couldn't find a way to stop the Valkyries from knocking down threes. Golden State hit a dozen shots from beyond the arc in the first half, leaving the Fire down by 20 at the half, but they managed to make a run in the fourth quarter. They cut the Valkyries' 22-point lead down to single digits, but it still wasn't enough. Valkyries took home the win 95-77.
I was really encouraged how we came back from 20 at the half to make it a 7-point game. Wasn't enough, but we will be ready for when we play Golden State next time.
Next up, the Fire are back at home this Friday to take on the Phoenix Mercury. Tip-off at Moda Center is set for 7 o'clock.
I tried to hold this sneeze.
God bless you, Matthew.
I tried so hard to hold it in, Ron.
I like that you're allergic to losing, though. That's good.
That's good. That's all right. Just the first Commissioner's Cup game. Got 6 more to go.
Yeah, no big deal.
You knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I talked earlier, guys, about the humidity levels yesterday. I just checked. So when Portland was at 88 at 5 o'clock, which was the high for the day at the airport, the dew point was 43, and the relative humidity factor that you feel, are you sweating or not, was 20%. And across the region, it was generally 20 to 24%. So even though we didn't really have an all-out east wind direction, the humidity levels were quite low yesterday. So hopefully where you were, you didn't think it was too bad. Anyway, the warm weather gone for a while as we have clouds back today and some rain pushing into the region, at least in scattered locations. So far, most of us are still reporting dry weather, including up in Astoria as we look at the column. Well, as soon as I say that, now the observation is reporting some light rain, 55. We've had some light rain and mist down in Lincoln County this morning as well. But inland areas, let's see, I can't find anybody reporting anything. No, all right, 63. Vancouver, the Springs at the waterfront location. And here's the Oregon Veterans Home camera out in the Dalles reporting in the observation. A touch of some light moisture out there along the Columbia River, 67. Not much wind in the gorge expected today. Here's the afternoon map. So the chance of basically a spritzy shower or trace of rain for Portland, Salem, and Vancouver, mainly into early afternoon. Later today, we should be dry. We'll look for some breaks in the cloud cover. There's a chance out toward the Blues, Nowallawas, of maybe an afternoon scattered shower, but otherwise mainly dry and kind of partly sunny central and eastern areas of our state today. 72. Tomorrow we get the sun back, 75. But then we have clouds and increasing showers on Friday, likely showers on Saturday. We have now taken out any rain chance on Sunday, but showers are back with what would be a third weather system on Monday. That's your update.
Thank you very much, Rod. This month, KGW is teaming up with Make-A-Wish to grant wishes for local children battling critical illnesses. And we need your help to make their wishes come true. Now, whether you're a company or just someone with extra airline miles, you can support the KGW Million Mile Match. Visit kgw.com/wishes and donate and click Donate Miles to get started. The best part, Alaska Airlines will match every mile up to 1 million miles to help make even more wishes take flight. No amount is too small, and every mile brings us closer to making kids' wishes come true.